Hello and welcome to Leeds United fans. We're just doing a bit of a short video here because it's transfer deadline day and look, two good pieces of business yesterday. Glenn Kamara came in from Rangers and Eli Gruev, or however from his Bulgarian international came in. So there's two solid midfielders, what we will badly needed because we were very short there.
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, Glenn Kamara very familiar with, not so much so with Gruev, although the name rings a bell.
Well, he came from the German league, so he's obviously all right.
Yeah, yeah. Um, you say that we've had some stinkers from the German league,
I tell
but
you, the scouting of this time is a lot different from previous regimes, man.
that's true.
Every signing we've
No,
made so far has all worked, so I can't see why he won't either.
no, no. I don't. I think he'll be fine. Like you say, probably the position we needed to fill the most, so they've done good business.
And apparently, the reason he was moved on as such is because he struggles in a one CDM pivot. But Farka plays the double pivot, so
Yeah.
apparently he's perfect for that role. He just doesn't suit their particular role with just one CDM.
Well, that's the thing. Just because someone's being moved on doesn't mean it's for negative reasons.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of reasons. Yeah,
Yeah, so if the double
that seems
pivot
like
will suit him fine. So there you go.
yeah, that seems like a perfectly valid reason to me. And let's see what he does.
Well, he's a Bulgarian international. He can't be bad.
I mean, have we ever had a Bulgarian international?
No, definitely not.
I think we've checked something off the list there.
We have, yeah, we've got a few, and we've even got a Finnish international. Have we had a Finnish international before either? I don't think we have.
Of course, yeah. Every time you see him, you don't associate him with Finland. He's Finnish, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Mm.
You'd think he was from Africa or somewhere, wouldn't you? You wouldn't think he was Finland of all places.
Yes, well, especially being called Kamara.
Well, maybe French. You'd think.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd definitely think French. Or you'd definitely think African descent in French in France. Anyway, got that name. Usually, if you're called Kamara, you're French.
Yeah, definitely.
And
But
we've had a
yeah.
couple of Kamaras from France over the years. We had one the
Mm.
infamous year that we went down.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's right. That's going back some.
Kamara centre back. Yeah.
Well, I've mentioned before the senior manager at the place where I work he's based up in Glasgow and he's a Rangers fan. He said he's been going on for months saying yeah, we do well to sign him. So
He just doesn't fit the system at Rangers, so.
yeah, exactly.
And
But,
Fark obviously sees a position for him because I was watching a video about him last night and how he plays. He can play him in a more advanced role as well too.
yeah, it looks quite versatile. So
So straight away he's eating the two positions in midfield that we need. He's available. And
yeah,
then of course we've got Jamie Shackleton who can play everywhere now.
everywhere, everywhere.
Full back, wing, midfield, everywhere.
When
So
we get
all of a sudden we've got five midfielders.
when we get Stuart Dallas back, and
Well, God knows when he'll be back.
no, but I mean, it's going to come back at some point. With
Well,
him and Shackleton, that's two utility players that you can do anything with.
yeah.
That's a great
That
position
will
to be in.
Dallas be the same when he comes back? He's been out a long time now, man.
He'll be raring to go.
We'll see. We'll see. That's a very bad injury he
Positive
got.
mental attitude.
And all the speculation about Meslier, and he's going to stay in the end.
I know, yeah. He's not doing bad either.
Well, so if you look at the team now, going into look, there's still time. There's could be still movement happening tonight.
Yeah,
It's going to 12 o'clock. All of a sudden, we've got two solid number one goalkeepers,
yeah.
and we've got two at right back now. We've got Aileen and Jed Spence.
Didn't you think Jed Spencer's going to be first choice?
Maybe not straight away, but it could be.
Yeah,
Like straight away, so you've got two good right backs now. We're covered at centre back now because we've got five in theory.
yeah.
We've got Creswell, Rodon, Cooper,
Strike.
Strike. We've got Helda still there.
Yeah,
And then at left back, we've got Byram. Shackleton can play there, as we know. Farpo's still hanging around, and Helda's looking like he's going to be hanging around. So
yeah,
ideally, we're saying we'd like a left back brought in today, but it's starting to look unlikely. But we'll see.
yeah. I'd say that's fairly accurate.
And then in the midfield, again, Shackleton can put on there with Ampadu, Gray, Kamara, the new lad that I can't pronounce the name of, Gruev, or we'll figure out his name yet. And so And then, of course, Gabby is still there, but there's talk he might be leaving today. Greenwood has been moved on already. And we were saying before, like, where does Greenwood play now? There's no space for him.
Nah.
There isn't.
There's a,
He's as well off going loan and see can he find his right position and just get game time.
it looks to me like Fark has come in, sifted through all the youth players. He's obviously come to the conclusion that Archie Gray, Cresswell are the two main
Mm,
ones. He's fucked Sonny Perkins off on loan.
yeah.
I think Joseph's going to be, obviously he's injured, but I think he's going to be one that's made the cut.
He's back in training.
Yeah. So I think your Greenwoods, your Perkins, who else has gone out today?
Drama's gone.
Garner. Yeah, I think it's fairly definitive that they're not going to make the cut. So
Well,
get him off
Drama's
the
gone
wage
now by
bill.
default because he's in the last year of his contract.
Yeah, so that's
That was
him
the end
done.
of him. But
Which,
something was wrong with him. There was something wrong with him. They didn't
yeah,
get rid of him for no reason.
and that Ipswich performance.
What I'm gathering about him, he plays better in a back five, and we're not going to be playing a back five. So
I know, but good players adapt.
maybe he's not that good.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
That's without Arta and all these young players that we're signing. Like you're going to get some that are going to come through, and some that aren't. It's always the way.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just the way it is. And if we've got three really good ones after all this in Matteo, Gray, and Cresswell, then I think we've done all right there.
Yeah. Oh, God, exactly. Like not always going to happen. And look at all the options we have up front all of a sudden now. It's mad.
Yeah, it is a bit.
Fucking hell.
Um,
At the moment we've got Somerville, Nanto, Sinistera, Dan James, Ian Paveda, Jaffe Gelhart, Pat Bamford, Rutter, Piro. Am I forgetting anyone? Joseph, of course.
yeah.
So we're stacked up front.
And yet they still needed Strout to get an equaliser against Salford.
And there was a fucking, as you said, the newer man, there was a force field around their goal. That keeper just, we weren't beating him. Like, it was just one of those nights.
He made a couple of absolute worldies.
Oh,
That's Alex Cairns used to be on our books.
all right. Oh, he did,
He's
yeah.
yeah, he's him. He's a lifelong Leeds fan. Still mates with Liam Cooper. Apparently, they were talking about it before the game. Lifelong Leeds fan. Played. I think he played one first team appearance for us.
Oh, yeah, he did,
But
actually.
yeah,
No, you're right, yeah.
massive night for him, and he was brilliant to the point where you're thinking, why did we get rid of him?
Well, he's a League Two standard. He was just playing. He just said, "I'm going to pull off the fucking performance of a lifetime tonight now against these
Oh, he was
boys."
brilliant. Yeah, he was brilliant. If you're going to play against your club, you want to do it right, don't you?
Oh, you want to make an impression. Like you want to say, "Oh,
Yeah.
I met the most of the time I got to play Leeds." Like.
Yeah, but no, especially in the second half, he pulled off a couple of absolute worldies.
Hmm. Me
Um,
and you, well, me and but definitely was very, very upset about getting eliminated from the cup.
oh yeah, yeah, gutted. Yeah. Uh,
Me and the cup, man. I'm just no fuck the cup.
oh, the League Cup's my reason for being, mate.
I said it to you during coming into the game. I never hope we lose, but I don't want us to go to the next round either.
And
I don't
technically, we
because
didn't
there's too
lose.
many games this season, man. There's 40 odd games, like
And
you know
technically, you lose on penalties. You've not lost. You've
exactly.
drawn.
We didn't. It was just one of those freak games. But look at
Yeah,
we.
that's what Parker said as well. It's just one of those nights. I mean, we battered them.
Oh, absolutely. And those
Absolutely
people saying, "Oh, it was
battered
an
them.
embarrassing performance," and you're like, "What was embarrassing about that?" The goalkeeper pulled off the game of a lifetime. It was siege after siege after siege after siege. They just put 11 men behind the ball. Like.
So, I mean, some of the finishing left, especially Rutter, left a little bit to be desired. But then it was Rutter that forced the saves, I think, as well.
I
Uh,
think Rutter might have been a bit rattled the other night because apparently Borussia Dortmund put in a bid that was refused.
I mean, you'd want to go to Dortmund, wouldn't
You
you?
would, like, if you're
Like,
young and he came from Germany, so he was probably you could imagine his head was a bit fucking shook that day, thinking, "Oh, Dortmund could be coming in for me."
if I was a young footballer, even at Leeds, even as a Leeds fan, if Dortmund came in for me,
Yeah, very
great
hard.
stadium, unbelievable fans.
playing in the Premier League and the Bundesliga as well, should I say?
I'd be
Yeah.
very tempted by that.
But whether it was true or not is another thing. But if it was true and the move was refused, maybe they shouldn't have started him because his head wouldn't have been right.
But then again, he still put a lot of effort in. His finishing was a bit off. That's all.
And the penalty he took was atrocious.
Yeah, that was the. It just went on and on, didn't it? That shootout, but his was shocking. There were some good penalties.
Although some great penalties now, to be fair.
Yeah, both sides actually.
And I felt sorry for who missed it. Was Shackleton missed it. The Shackleton
Shackleton,
missed, yeah, but
I don't think he should lose any sleep over that.
pointless cup. That's what a tin cup. We're better off out of it, man.
Gonto was all over it as well. Like he just start to finish, running, chasing.
Oh yeah. And as we were saying before, there was a report going around that there was a 40 million or 38 million pound bid came in today from Everton, but Romano's not reporting it, Phil Hayes not reporting it, so
They've already spent way more money than they actually have.
yeah, I'm just gonna check in now while we're here and see is there any.
Yeah, I've just got the Sky Sports thing up. It's banging on about Salah possibly going to Saudi Arabia for 200 million. I think I'd take 200 million for Salah myself.
Just
But no,
saying now that it's looking like that Nanto is staying now.
okay. But no, I didn't think it was a bad performance against Salford, and I'm not asked to be out of that cup.
Oh, I don't care.
Um, yeah,
Yeah,
the,
no new use since we came on.
the only slight problem with it is it's Salford and it's owned by them lot.
That was
That's
class
the
of
only.
'92.
Yeah, that's the only.
That was a bit of a blotch on it, all right. But look at like, again, we don't need to be in that cup. It's just a
We
waste of
don't.
time.
We've been knocked out of competitions by very lower league opposition quite often in the last 20 years, and this won't be the last time.
Sure, even
It's
under Bielsa, man, who knocked us out?
yeah, Sutton, wasn't
Yeah, it
it?
was terrible. Oh, there was a couple of big
Um,
embarrassment cup embarrassments under Bielsa, all right.
yeah, we got done by a non-league team away one year. Might have just been before Bielsa. I can't remember. I can't remember who it was, but it was again we battered him but just couldn't score.
But
Um,
to be honest, man, that has been a lot of the story for our season up to now, even though we've done well against Ipswich, of course. But that's where Pirro is going to be a player because he can bury the chances. You know, it's back to having a peak level Pat Bamford back at the club again. Like,
yeah, and Farker's come out and said that he's wanting Rutter to. I think he said something like learn at the font of Pirro.
there you
So
go.
not a bad call. More experienced player, very good in front of goal.
Oh yeah, man. I think now it'd be interesting to see what happens between now and 12 o'clock tonight. But if this is our squad going into the first half of the season because they can do movement work in January again, I think we're all right. To be honest, there's not really anything more we could have asked for. Obviously, we could have say a good left back, but outside that, like we've got to be happy with that window in the end, considering all like we got 13 players leaving for less than £4 million. Like,
I know. Yeah, not great, but yeah, I mean, we don't look in too bad a nick, and it's only till January.
exactly. Like if there's players needed in January, we've got time then.
If we have an average season up till January, we've still got time to make a push
Oh, of
in the
course,
second
yeah.
round.
We've got half the
So
season essentially.
yeah, yeah, we're certainly not at panic stations by any stretch of the imagination.
Not like compared to what we were a few weeks ago. Like we were all getting a bit impatient, but as Farkas said, and everything was out of our hands behind the scene. All these fucking clauses, like they didn't know what was going to happen from one day to the next. They couldn't plan anything.
No,
That's why
no,
then Kamara was probably left so late because they were thinking, well, we still have Tyler Adams, will this or what this or that. You know, they didn't know would he pass his medical or would he get sold or what would happen.
I'm looking forward to seeing Glenn Kamara play for us. Actually,
He won't
mm,
play tomorrow for definite.
no,
Well, it'll be Gray and Ampadu tomorrow.
yeah, no, that makes sense, and it's when not to denigrate Wednesday, but Yeah, stick with the two that have been playing for Sheffield Wednesday,
Oh
I hope.
God, yeah, yeah. The two boys will be just getting integrated into the squad this week, and
Yeah, that makes sense. We needed Pirro to play last weekend. We don't necessarily need these two guys to be playing
no, not
tomorrow.
tomorrow, not tomorrow. No, you have to you have to remember their old. I know Pirro started straight away, but that was a different situation because we needed someone to score a goal. Like we don't at the moment, we don't need someone to step into midfield. So
No, no.
maybe bring them on for like a run at the end or something. But
Yeah. But no, Gray and Ampadu are doing well. So yeah. Can I can I do a players out on loan roundup?
go
Because
on, yeah, there's a good one this week.
fucking brilliant. We're going to start with the best. In fact, no. Do you know what? There's two main ones, and they're both equally fucking brilliant. I'm going to start with Roma. They lost 2-1 to Hellas Verona, who nearly got relegated last season. Um, both Lorente and Rasmus Christensen was subbed at half time.
Yep.
Um,
Apparently, Mourinho doesn't want Rasmus at the club at all now. Apparently, he's just said, "Fuck this lad's a dud."
which is odd because actually Rasmus probably had the most touches in the first half, mostly throw-ins.
Hmm.
And Lorente, the problem with Lorente was they went 1-0 down after 4 minutes, wasn't his fault. But they were on the attack at the end of the first half, and he got caught in the opposition area. They booted it long and scored through his position.
Oh,
So
that was it.
yeah, so they both got hooked at half time, which is not a good look.
No.
No. Um, I'll save the other really juicy one till last. I didn't see Cock play this week, but I saw Vogue play. Mönchengladbach lost 3-0 to Leverkusen. Leverkusen looked brilliant.
Hmm.
And actually, Voba, he looked all right and he was getting angry at the players around him. So he's obviously het up for it. But
Hmm.
then he was like that with us. So
Yeah.
how
So.
long will that last?
Hmm.
I wouldn't say he was necessarily at fault for the goals, but Leverkusen do look very, very good. And then the best bit, Brendan Aronson, first half, booked for dissent, and then sent off about 10 minutes later
Yeah.
for a bad tackle. I mean, it didn't matter because they still went on to win like 4-1. They were playing Bochum, I think it was. But yeah, so cheered off and his name chanted first week when he's substituted and then sent off away the next week. The honeymoon's over.
That reminds me of the Aronson at Leeds. At the start, we all thought, "Oh, what have we got here?" The Chelsea game, like when he were like, "Oh, good God, like we could have a real player here." And the next thing we realized, "Oh no, we've got a lad disguised as a 17-year-old girl. We're the strength of a 17-year-old girl." And
Yeah, I remember we beat Chelsea 3-0 and we thought, oh, we might have something on this season. Then we realised actually it wasn't us that was really good, it was them that were really shit.
they were in serious trouble behind the scenes. And Tuchel was gone a couple of weeks later.
Yeah. But no, so it looks like the bubble might have burst with Aronson quicker than it did with us.
Oh,
And
that
as for Roma, I mean, if you substitute two of your defence at half time, that's a statement made.
that's
Now
not good.
Mourinho's banned from the touchline for the first few games of the season, so it's been his assistant. But I imagine Mourinho was in touch.
Oh, of course he was. Yeah.
Yeah. I imagine he wasn't best pleased.
Well, there's reports coming out that Mourinho has already given up on Christensen, like so. Whether they're true or not, but to be honest with you, man, I wouldn't be surprised because he has no when it comes to turning, he has no speed.
No.
He's
So,
he's not a bad player, but he turning he's very slow. He's liable to get caught out of position, which Mourinho will hate.
so if Mourinho gets rid, that means he's back with us.
Well, they can't now. They've got him till the end of the season now.
Yeah, but you can surely, with it being loan, can you not terminate?
I don't think so. Not till January.
Not even for a bit of cash.
No, I don't think he can until January window at the earliest.
Okay, so we might get him back in January then. Do we
I
want him back?
imagine he'll be loaned somewhere else because there's got two players there in his position, in Aileen and Spence.
You say that, but he can play midfield and was decent in midfield for us last season.
Well, we'll see what happens, but for now, he's Roma's problem.
Yeah, yeah, he is. And Lorente, I mean, he's shitting him.
He was good at this. He was good the first season, and after that, he was just a tragedy.
Yeah,
But sure, look
yeah.
at they're all gone now. We won't have to worry about them anymore. And
But it was funny. It was funny viewing last weekend. It has to be said.
well,
Oh, we're not missing anything here.
yeah. So I think sometimes a lot of these players we've signed over the last couple of seasons have been really found out now. Like
Yeah. Um, Helder Costa's still on our books, isn't he?
he is, yeah.
What's going to happen there? Because I mean, him and Farker have both said that they want, like, you know, amicably want to go separate ways.
Hmm.
Only a few hours left.
But the Saudis transfer window stays open for a bit longer.
Oh, so you think he's going to go there?
I, where else will he go?
I don't know. I mean, Andy Carroll's just rocked up at Amiens in League Deux in France. Who knows?
That's Andy Carroll's level now. All right.
Oh yeah,
Anyways, we shall finish up for now. Just a quick little update on where we are the last day of the window. We've said we've made two good signings in midfield yesterday. Players have been moved on that weren't going to feature.
yeah,
We're a bit thin. The squad is a bit thin, and sometimes people say on here we're a bit thin, but we've got two players in every position now. So
yeah. Now that the three players that look like leaving doesn't look like they are leaving, and if people are coming back from injury, no, it doesn't seem too bad.
we're fine.
We've got three youngsters that look good.
Mm-hmm.
All the new signings look good.
Mm-hmm.
So, are we going to be doing a Leicester? Probably not at this stage. But if we can just mosey on forward, keep racking up the points,
Well,
go under
that's
the
what it's going to
radar.
be. Like we're going to be just kind of sneak. We're going to be silently sneaking up for a while now
Yeah,
because we got off to a rough start, and well, it wasn't a rough start. It was all over the place. Like we would with Sinisterra, Nanto, and Somerville one week. The next week we were starting with Paveda, Jaffe, and James in the space of a week,
yeah,
and then the last game we were like, oh, we start with Piro, Rutter, Nanto, and Sinisterra. Like so,
yeah. There's been no consistency whatsoever. But
not a bit.
no, I think we're getting there now. I never expected us to get promoted this season. So as long as we have a decent season, I'm happy.
I'm a lot more confident now than I was 2 weeks ago. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah,
I'm a lot more confident. Like, and there's still time. It'd be nice if they could get in that young midfielder from Brighton. I don't know his name, attacking midfielder like number 10. Because I talk him going out, but there was only rumored. It was well, there's no links.
not that Ferguson.
No.
Okay,
He's a South
I'll
American kid.
take him.
No, a South American number 10. He's a number 10, and Ferguson's number 9.
All right, hang on. Let me have a look at their squad
I can't
because they
remember his name.
they've got some terrific players. Can
He's
you
only
believe they
18 or 19 too. Like, so there wouldn't be. It'd be just a direct loan. There'd be no chance of signing him permanent. Like,
Yeah, that's fair enough. Have you seen that they've signed Ansu Fati on loan?
oh yeah. So there. That's why
Yeah.
they might be available.
Um, what a signing that is! What an absolutely brilliant signing. Um, well, as long as it's not Danny Welbeck, I
No,
don't want
no,
Danny
they're
Welbeck.
number nines, man. This is a number 10. He's a midfielder.
Do you know what? I'm completely out of the loop of what numbers mean anymore. I'm still set in 1990s 4-4-2 mode.
Back in the
Um,
good old days.
South American, did you say?
Yeah, he's South American.
Could be Julio Enciso, Paraguayan.
Oh fuck! Bournemouth reached verbal agreement to sign Luis Sinisterra from Leeds United.
Balls.
Yeah,
All right, that's not the end of the world.
yeah, it's not the end of the world, but it sounds like he's going on loan, so they'll have him back next season. There's no option to buy.
What's the point in that?
Well, if we get promoted next season, we have him in the Premier League again.
I know, but then you could say the same about Voba and Lorente and Rasmussen. If they don't want to be here now, then do we want them then?
I I don't think he doesn't want to be at Leeds. I think he just wants to play at a higher level. That's all.
Hmm.
He's a Colombian international at the end of the day.
And he'll be a Colombian international whether he stays in the Championship or not.
Well, look at it. He hasn't signed. He hasn't signed any contract yet.
Yeah, well, that's true. Um, not sure how I feel about that. I am wondering if it's this Enciso though.
I don't know his name.
So,
Young lad.
um, Enciso
But sure,
is
there's no serious link to him anyway. Just fucking footballer insider or some shite like that, probably.
well. Looking at their squad, he's 19, Paraguayan, plays number 10. I think it might be him if we're linked to anyone. Um, Played for Libertad, sorry.
Or maybe,
55.
Leeds are still in for your man, the winger from Roma that they were looking at yesterday.
Oh yeah, Solbakken.
Hmm.
He's
Maybe.
not exactly ripped up trees over there. I'm not going to lie, but
Yeah.
he's got a goal in him.
Hmm. Well, look at as we said, man. We'll finish up now because we'll say there'll be things happening until 12 o'clock tonight, and Sinistera might never go at all. He might think, well, I want to go to Bournemouth and play in that fucking shithole, like.
I'd rather he didn't go. If he does go, it's not the end of the world, especially within his injury record.
Exactly.
We're in the
Like,
Championship, so they're going to be kicking fucking lumps out of him.
yeah.
So it could be worse.
And we shall leave it at that. Like, share, and subscribe. We won't be covering the game tomorrow because Luke is away and I'm busy as well tomorrow too. I won't get to see the game myself tomorrow, unfortunately, but
No, I won't see it. I'll catch up with it on LUTV when I get back. So probably Saturday, Sunday next week.
yeah, whichever we'll figure it out when everything's back to normal, and we shall be back then. Thanks for watching. Bye now.